Debit cards feel responsible, safe, controlled, harmless. But here's the uncomfortable truth. For financially disciplined people, debit cards can quietly make you poorer. Not overnight, not dramatically, but slowly, consistently, almost invisibly. And once you understand why wealthy people rarely rely on debit cards, you start to realize something unsettling. Most of us were taught the exact opposite of what actually builds financial leverage. Because if debit cards are truly the smarter, safer choice, why do high net worth individuals overwhelmingly prefer credit cards? Why does someone like Warren Buffett carry premium credit cards instead of just swiping debit? Why do private banking clients at institutions like JP Chase get steered toward credit products, not debit? Are they being reckless, or are they playing a completely different game? To understand what's really happening, we need to rewind to how debit cards became the symbol of financial responsibility in the first place. When debit cards went mainstream, banks marketed them brilliantly. Spend only what you have, avoid debt, stay in control. It was clean messaging, emotionally powerful, easy to understand. And after waves of credit card debt stories in the early 2000s, people were scared. Debit cards felt like financial seatbelts. Adoption exploded. Today, billions of daily transactions flow through networks like Visa and MasterCard. From the outside, debit cards look like the responsible choice, but beneath the surface, there's a trade-off almost nobody talks about, and this is where things start to get interesting. Because in a moment, you're going to see the single biggest structural advantage credit cards have over debit cards, and why banks quietly understand this better than most consumers do. The difference begins with something deceptively simple: cash flow timing. When you swipe a debit card, your money leaves immediately. It's gone. No buffer, no float, no flexibility. But when you use a credit card, you're temporarily using the bank's money, often for 30 to 55 days interest-free. At first glance, that sounds trivial. Some of you might be thinking, it's just a few weeks, that can't matter. And for someone living paycheck to paycheck, it usually doesn't. But wealthy individuals obsess over capital efficiency. They don't just ask, how much money do I have? They ask, where is my money working right now? If their cash can stay invested, earning yield, compounding, or supporting business operations while they spend using short-term bank float, that's a small but real advantage. Over years and decades, small advantages compound, but the float is only the beginning. The real shift appears when you look at rewards, protection, and leverage. Every year, credit card users collectively earn tens of billions of dollars in cashback, travel points, and bonuses. Think about that for a second. Billions. Debit cards, usually minimal rewards, sometimes none at all. This is exactly why premium products from companies like American Express are designed to attract high spenders. Because the reward system is engineered around a simple reality: disciplined users extract value. Undisciplined users pay for it. And that's where the financial advice world oversimplified the message. Instead of teaching people how to use credit strategically, the system defaulted to fear. Credit cards are dangerous, debit is safer. Avoid debt at all costs, it sounds responsible, even wise. But that blanket advice quietly created two completely different financial paths. On one path are people who avoid credit entirely. They use debit, they feel safe, but they also quietly give up reward, arbitrage, stronger fraud protection, credit building opportunities, and cash flow flexibility. On the other path are disciplined credit users, often business owners, investors, and financially educated households, who treat credit cards like precision tools. Same swipe, but completely different outcome. And here's something most people don't know. When debit card fraud happens, your actual bank balance can be frozen or drained first. Your real cash is immediately affected. With credit cards, it's the bank's money on the line initially, not yours. That often makes disputes cleaner and recovery faster, but almost nobody explains it this way. Now, before anyone misunderstands this, credit cards are not magic wealth builders, and this is where many people get burned, because credit cards don't create discipline. They expose whether discipline already exists. Wealthy users follow one golden rule almost religiously. They treat credit cards like debit cards. They never spend money they don't already have. The card is a tool, not permission. They also capture rewards intentionally if they're going to spend on business expenses, travel, or daily life anyway. They structure those expenses to generate cashback points or travel value. At the same time, they protect liquidity. Their cash stays positioned in investments, high-yield accounts, or business operations, instead of instantly disappearing through debit withdrawals. And over time, they build strong credit profiles that unlock better mortgage rates, business funding access, and premium financial products. But this is also the point where many viewers might strongly disagree, because for certain personalities, debit cards actually are safer. If someone consistently carries credit card balances, pays interest, or struggles with impulse spending, then yes, credit cards can become financial quicksand. This is the nuance most advice misses. The wealthy didn't become wealthy by avoiding powerful tools. They became wealthy by mastering them. Big difference. There's also one more hidden advantage that rarely gets discussed. Layered protection. Premium credit cards often include extended warranties, purchase protection, travel insurance, and powerful dispute mechanisms. When wealthy individuals spend, they often create buffer zones between their actual cash and their transactions. More time, more control, more optionality. And in finance, optionality is incredibly valuable. If this breakdown is shifting how you see money, you're exactly the type of thinker this channel is built for. Consider subscribing, because most people only learn this stuff after it costs them. So what's the real takeaway from all of this? The rich don't avoid debit cards because debit is evil. They avoid it because, for disciplined users, debit is financially inefficient. It removes float. It removes rewards. It removes layers of protection. It slows credit building. And this is critical. Credit cards only become powerful when behavior is controlled. Without discipline, they flip from wealth tool to wealth destroyer very quickly. And this is where the true divide exists, not in the plastic card. In the user, poor and middle-class consumers are often taught to focus on avoiding mistakes. Wealth builders focus on optimizing systems. Debit cards minimize risk. Credit cards used correctly maximize leverage. Different philosophy, different outcome. And once you start noticing this pattern, you begin to see it everywhere in how money actually works. So now, I'm genuinely curious. After hearing all this, do you still believe debit cards are the smarter financial move? Or do you think the real issue is how most people were taught to use credit in the first place? Drop your take in the comments. I read more of them than you think. And if you want more deep dives into the hidden mechanics of money, strategy, and wealth psychology, subscribe when you're ready to start seeing the financial system differently, because the biggest advantages are almost never the most obvious ones.